Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Eldridge and this is my cultural values speech. So my family comes from multiple ethnic and racial groups spread out across Europe. We are predominantly Welsh, so we come from Wales. Along with Scotland and England, this makes up the United Kingdom. So this is a very brief description of my ethnicity. So using readings about cultural values from our textbook, I'm going to be talking about my family's values, and I'll be using Schwartz's basic human values and Hall's time orientation. So the three values that I'm going to be presenting to you today are achievement, tradition, and monochromic. So the first one we're going to start with is achievement. And this is defined in our textbook as demonstrating competence according to prevailing cultural and social standards. So I feel like this is best demonstrated in our love for art as a family. So these images you're seeing are of my grandfather. He was a performer and musically inclined, so he sang in a choir. There's some yellow circles here so you can make out who he is. My uncle is a artist and a biologist, so he makes sculptures and paintings, and all of it is um, primarily nature related, but he does do some cultural artwork as well. And then for me, I'm a natural performer, so I performed theater both in high school and college. So these are some images of me on stage performing. We have one with improv. I was part of an improv group, and then these are two different shows that I did back in high school. So the second value of Schwartz's basic human values that I want to present is tradition. And tradition is defined in the book as entailing subordination to more abstract objects, especially religious customs and ideas. So these traditions are usually centered around holidays. We get together as a family, usually for Thanksgiving and for Christmas Eve. Our customs are more so are demonstrated in the foods that we eat. Growing up, my parents would take me and my sister to church. There would be a Christmas Eve service at a local church that we went to. Over time, that tradition sort of faded, but we kept the other traditions of meeting at my grandmother's house and having a Christmas dinner. Also, for Thanksgiving, you can see all the kind of foods that we eat. So we have some rolls and some mashed potatoes, turkey, ham, and some macaroni and cheese. It's all real good stuff. And then for Christmas, it's pretty standard that we always have a Christmas tree. We always decorate with lights and ornaments. So it's very standard. You can see in the back there's a Christmas tree as well. So the third value that I want to present is Hall's value of monochromic. So monochromic cultures view time as linear, something that can be segmented into precise units that can be used or spent. So the image or the artifact that I'm using is a grandfather clock that my grandmother has. This was given to her as a wedding anniversary gift in 1981 from my grandfather, who has since passed away. This is a very special artifact that we have in our family. It's been around for a while, and we all come to know and love all its chimes and everything. I think this image more so just is kind of a symbol for how precious time is to us, remembering our loved ones and thinking about the ones that we still have in our life and making sure that we spend as much time with them as possible. As I had mentioned previously, that usually happens more so around holidays, but we try to come together as much as possible. So, in conclusion, being able to sit down and look at my family's culture values was pretty interesting. I think with all the values presented by Schwartz, Hofstede, and Halls, there's a lot of different directions that you could go with this. I think the similar things that I noticed between all three were that it seemed like our values were inherited by previous generations. So my grandfather could sing, thus my mom can sing, and my sister can sing. The differences I noticed was that it seemed like every value had a sub-value. So breaking down Schwartz's value of achievement, it made sense that to talk about our love for art. As individuals, we feel a sense of pride when we are creating art, whether that be performing or actually sculpting or painting. Most of our customs seem to be very similar to American customs, although in my research I found that just a Christmas tree, decorating a Christmas tree actually came from Germany or originated in Germany. So perhaps the American customs that we are familiar with come from different cultures. So that was really interesting. With all that being said, I do wish that my family had more customs that were specific to our cultural background. But this was a really interesting assignment. So thank you.